If you have enough time in Splatoon, you might start seeing that most players fit more or less into a couple categories. I've personally found that there are 9 different kinds of players. So in this video, I will share what I found to be the 9 types of players in Splatoon 3. Of course, this is super generalized and exaggerated as a joke, but I'm sure you can recognize yourself in at least one of these categories. With that being said, let's get into it. The first kind is the new player. This player only got the game recently and exclusively plays Turf War. If they've unlocked Anarchy, then they're probably intimidated by it and would rather just play Turf. They love the Splattershot Jr., Arrow Spray, and other painting weapons, never going for kills and really preferring to paint the maps. They probably still have the default banner, title, and gear, and they're definitely the most precious kind of player. I don't play Turf War anymore because matchmaking always puts me against new players and it makes me feel bad, but I will protect them with my life during Splatfest. Then we have the casual. This player has more experience in the game but only plays for fun. They don't care much about ranks or the meta or whatever, they're just here to have a good time. Their favorite event is Splatfest and they love mostly playing Turf War and Anarchy with whatever weapon they felt like playing that day. They don't particularly care about being good or bad as long as they're having fun. When it comes to their gear, they go for fashion and not abilities, and they can always be seen with cool and creative outfits. Along with that, they also have a pretty locker with tons of stickers and decorations. And I'm sure they were, like me, very disappointed with the lack of new gear this season. The third kind of player is the Tryhard. This player is set on winning and tilts very easily. They probably use a frontline weapon because they think farming kills will make them win, but they end up forgetting about the objective and lose anyway. After every loss, they'll blame their teammates for it even if they perform just as bad if not worse, and when they win, they'll claim that they carried the whole game. Also, they probably like to rage post on Twitter about their Anarchy teammates and how they keep losing because of them without hiding their names. It's okay, man, just take a break if you find yourself getting upset at the game. Being tilted all the time won't make you better. Next up is the pro player. This player can be found in Anarchy Open with their friends or in X battles, and they're always either playing a meta weapon or something completely insane like Undercover Brella or Neo Sploosh. They definitely have a flashy splash tag. They're probably using the rare titles or the Deity of Destruction one. They also have multiple 5-star weapons and gold special badges, with most likely over 1,000 hours in the game, but that's okay because they're really good. When it comes to gear, their outfits are about abilities only, and you can recognize them pretty easily with their atrocious outfits. Their locker is also probably just trophies or their favorite weapons. They terrorize children in Open during Splatfest, and I'm happy when they're on my team in Anarchy. Then we have the Storymode Player. This player has 1000% adult Turna, meaning that they finished the secret kettle, fully explored every site, and completed all the levels with every weapon. When they're playing multiplayer, they're using the Hero Shot replica with either the Amiibo hero gear or the gear they got after completing Alterna. Speaking of Splatoon Amiibo, they probably have a collection or want to start collecting them. Their favorite idol group is the Squid Sisters, and they probably named themselves after an agent. They're definitely using the story mode badges, especially with the Mr. Grizz one, to show off that they completed after Alterna. That's okay though, because that badge is objectively the coolest in the whole game. Number 6 is the Salmon Runner. This player really likes Salmon Run and almost exclusively plays it. They have the banners, the badges, and the Salmon Runner title. They still have a small locker at level 30 while all their friends are at level 200 because Salmon Run can't make you level up. They absolutely love Big Run and sacrifice their sleep for it every time. Same thing with random rotations and golden rotations. They're definitely into overfishing and they love spending hours doing extra work to refine their gameplay and get that gold sticker with their friends. They're either really bad or really good at ranked modes with no in between. I'm always very happy to run into these players in freelance because I can trust that they know what they're doing. Number 7 is the player who can't commit. This person cannot choose a main weapon no matter how much they play the game. They have like 20 weapons at 3 or 4 stars but none at 5. They're equally good at all of them and enjoy them all. They can't play more than 3 games with one weapon without getting bored, and their locker is probably full of those holographic 3-star stickers. They're also always changing their gear, splash tag, and haircut because they just can't choose what they prefer. Change is great, but sometimes you gotta settle on something. I have to respect it though because I could never be that versatile. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we got the player who's too committed. This player takes one tricking to a whole different level. You can always see them with the exact same gear set, splash tag, and weapon. They refuse to play anything else and no other weapon feels right to them. If they could marry their favorite weapon, they would. Their friends often ask them how they don't get bored, but they're very happy with what they play and they love to learn matchups and refine their gameplay. They're comfortable with their weapon and don't make big mistakes like other players would. They're very skilled and their dedication is always really impressive. And our final type of player is the one you can't really define. They're just so out there and strange that you don't really know what to think when you see them in your lobby. These people always have the weirdest and funniest titles and names, and they usually only have one or no badges on their splash tag. You never know what to expect from them in Anarchy. They're either insanely good and terrifying, or they're one of those ink brush rats in Clamblitz. And they definitely like to squid party in Turf War. These players may have strange names, but they're still very fashionable and they're usually very fun teammates to have. And those were all 9 types of Splatoon players. Again, this is mostly hyperbolic, but I think it's interesting how every player fits more or less into one or more of these categories. I'd say I'm a mix of the one trick and the Salmon Runner. Anyways, let me know in the comments which kind of Splatoon player you are. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye bye.